Hi traders, welcome to my channel. On today's video we'll talk about mitigation block. So this is a concept of mitigation. And what is mitigation? In trading terms, mitigation generally refers to price returning to a previous area of interest after a significant move. So let's look for that on our chart. So we're going to look for the order block. Price taps on the order block and then returns to that point again, which means it's like a double tap of the order block. So we're going to look for that and we're going to spot that in charts. So we have areas like this where price would come to another block, right? Here was an inducement, here was the actual meeting of the other block, but price still came back to the mitigation area severally. You can look for a more clean, okay, this is more clean. So another block at this point, and then price taps into it, comes here, and then does the same thing again. So that area where the price returns to the mitigation block, and the mitigation block is literally just the point where the block that's filled in the other block is the mitigation block. Do you understand that? So when price returns to the mitigation block, like a double retest, that's just literally where the mitigation block is, right? So you need to understand these things and understand if when price taps in, it becomes less valid or not, because chances are that another block can get tested twice. It can get tested twice, sometimes three times, but it's more still solid, still valid if it's tested twice, but not three times. Okay, so what you need to understand is that your other block, or the block that tapped into your other block, can also get a retest back to it too, making it a double tap to the other block that was present, which is this, right? So you can see there's another block, at that point, right? And then price taps into it and then comes back for the same block that tapped into the other block. This is literally the mitigation block, right? The one that tapped into it. So it will just be this one, right? So you just have to understand this, so most people don't feel like, oh, when price returns to this point, it means it's no longer valid. Sometimes the orders did not get properly filled in, and if price returns like that to those points, it's going to definitely, it will not just be heading for the mitigation block, it will also be heading for liquidity. So there's a lot of liquidity sitting at that point that was probably not tapped into, orders that were also not filled. So those can bring price back to that level, creating a mitigation retest, right? So it's going to seem like that. It's going to feel like, oh, price is returning. Most of you are already expecting a breakout at that point. Originally, price is only going back to fill the orders that was placed at that level and take liquidity of those that you can take their money, right? Now, for this this mitigation block, which is the one that mitigated the other block, right? You also have to understand that price will come back there, and most times it's for the liquidity. which is still that there are lots of others that are unmet or that have not been met at that point. And that's literally just it. So you don't feel like, oh, because price came back and tapped my other block twice, it's no longer a valid point. It's still very valid. So the coming back, second coming, you don't just think it's going to be a breakout. I know many people at this point would have started buying aggressively, and then it just stops you out. So you need to be careful. You need to move smart. So yeah, that's really it about understanding mitigation block. There's so many concepts tied around this. There's the other block, mitigation block. You have to understand your breakout block, rejection block. But I'll make that a series, and I'm going to make it my next video. Bye guys.